Out there, Lila, we good?
Yes, sir.
All
I'm not
right.
Lila, though. It's Darren.
Huh?
We're
Said
good.
it's not Lila, but it's Darren. Say, yeah, we're good.
All right, let's get this party started. Hold on here. We're going to get the party started. So today, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we are going to be talking about how to determine repair costs. How to determine repair costs. Because I understand that, Mr. Ray, how do you come up with these numbers? And so I want to talk today about determining the repair costs. Now, we're in the premiere series and we're coming to a close. This is the next to the last presentation that's going to be made in this series. All right. I got some things I need to tell you at the end of this, but let's go ahead and get into the presentation. Ground rules are as follows. Make sure you stay muted during the call. Y'all can chat back and forth over in the comments and give me some feedback, baby, on how we're doing, how we can make it better. So when we talking about repair costs, what are we talking about? Oh, baby, the cost has gone up. You see that cost over there for lumber, that's $7.98, that 2x4. You used to be able to get that 2x4 2 months ago for $2.50. Come on, somebody. The prices have gone up. You see that that plywood there, that 4x8, $57. You should be able to get that for $36, baby. Come on now. And then that drywall, oh, I could pick drywall up all day for $7. So the price, it continues to go up. The price of the houses are going up. Why are they going up? Because there's not enough material out there. And so you got supply and demand. Whenever you got supply and demand, when you don't have a lot of supply and you got a lot of demand, that means the cost is going to go up, baby. So let's talk about how do you figure the cost of rehab property. This is, again, baby, you got to know them numbers. Love them numbers. Don't love them houses. Fall in love with these numbers. And so our agenda for today, I'm going to show you 3 different ways on how you can figure the cost to rehab a property. So we're talking about the average cost model. I'm going to teach you that one. Then we're going to talk about the average cost per project model, and then the detailed cost model. Okay. Then we're going to do a Q&A. And then we got some homework, baby. Homework is back, baby. The only way you're going to get better is practice. Now, we talking about practice. Now, we ain't talking about just, we talking about practice. You got to practice, baby. So, let's talk about, that's the wrong heading up there. I didn't take that heading out. But we're talking about figuring the cost here. I'm going to show you the average cost per project, and then we're going to talk about the detail cost. So let's go into the average cost per square feet model. Okay, this model is pretty simple, and this is what we as investors do whenever we see a house and we say, okay, that house needs a full rehab, right? Everything: windows, doors, floors, central heat and air, everything, carpet, everything. So first of all, I need to know what is the square foot of the property, okay? And then I use an average price per square foot to figure out what the total rehab cost is going to be, okay? So let's say the average cost of a full rehab, that's everything. I got to do everything, inside, outside, up, down, all the way through. It's $25 a square foot. And let's assume for the sake, when we say a full rehab now, when we're talking full rehab, we're talking everything: roof, siding, CH&A, flooring, cabinets, kitchen, bath, the rooter to the tutor, baby. So at $25 a square foot, it's going to cover everything, okay? So let's give you an example here. Let's use an example. An example would be, let's say you had a 3-bed, 2-bath, 2-car property with 1,600 square feet. And we need to figure out, this property needs everything. It's a full-blown rehab. We got to do everything to it. And let's assume that the cost per square foot to do a full rehab on this property is $25. What is the cost to rehab? Well, we take our $25, we multiply it times the 1,600 square feet, and we're going to assume it's going to be at least $40,000 to rehab this property. Any question on this model? This is pretty straightforward. All you got to know is, Mr. Ray, what is the cost per square foot? What's the average cost? Well, on a full rehab, based on what I've been doing lately, it's about $25 a square foot. Okay, that's taking it all the way up to the top, baby. Any questions on that? Any questions on that model?
Yeah, I got a question. Do you include I didn't see it in there, the landscaping, the yard work and
Everything,
stuff like that?
everything.
Okay.
Yeah, that's landscaping normally, depending upon what it looks like. Shouldn't hit you that much unless you got some serious stuff going on. You need some trees, some big trees cut down, or you just don't have a good yard at all. Normally you can get that done pretty, but yes, that's in that estimate. Any other questions? That's the easy model right there. Easy to do that. All you got to know the square footage, and all you got to do is know the cost per square foot. All right, that's the easy model. But now we got to talk about, so when you use that average cost, it depends on the type of contractor that you use. And so when I say $25 a square foot, that is high-end flips, okay? That's high-end. That's taking it all the way up to the top so you can get the maximum ARV. So that would be your 25 per square foot. Now, if you had a B contractor, and this is what you do average, right? This is, if I want to keep the property, I want to rent it out, I'm not going to take it all the way up to the top because I don't need marble and I don't need, all that expensive stuff. I just want to be average, so I can rent the property out and make some good money. Then I'm only going to use $15 a square foot, right? I'm going to use some cheap laminate. I may cut some corners here and there, but I'm going to make sure it's a safe property. It looks very good, and I'm going to be able to get it done. So depending on the type of contractor, is the type of work I'm going to get. And then there's a C contractor, what I call the handyman guy, right? And this is a guy that you would use buy and hold, but this is a property. It's probably one of your C properties. It's, you're probably going to get some good rent for it, but it's probably in a tough neighborhood. So I would use the C contractor. And so for each one of these, the high end all the way down to the handyman would have a different average cost based on the type of contractor that you use. Any question? All right, that makes perfect sense, right? All right, so let's talk about the other model here. So we talked about the average cost of the average cost model. Now we're going to talk about the average cost per project module. Okay. Now we're talking about the projects within the house. We're not talking about a full deal. We're just going to do certain parts of this property. So let's say that that we're going to replace the windows. Then we would say the average cost and all-in cost to replace windows, labor and materials, about $300. Okay, so that's a project, right? A project windows cost. Let's say you got to replace the roof, and we'll say, well, based upon the size of the house, we'll go. If it's a 1,500 square foot house, we would say it'd be $7.50 per square foot based on the square footage of the property. Again, that's a project, replacing the roof. Now, maybe that you needed to paint the property. And then all-in cost, when I say all-in, I mean labor and material. Okay, so interior painting, you can get most houses painted up to 2,000 square feet for $2,500 internally. You can get exterior for about $3,000 all in. And then you can, if let's say you got to replace the central heat and air, normally you can get that between $8,000 to $10,000. Okay. And then if you got to do a bathroom and kitchen update, this is a complete update. New vanity, new tub, new tile on the floor, new tile on the walls, everything, $30 a square foot all in. Okay. Any questions? That's the average cost per project model. So you're not doing a full rehab, but maybe you picking and choosing what you want to remodel, what you want to rehab on that property. All right. So let's do an example. So we got, let's assume we got a 1,000 square foot house. The bathroom is 200 square feet. The kitchen is 400 square feet, and it's got 10 windows. Okay. Let's assume that we're going to do the average cost per project on this particular example. All right. So we're only going to rehab the kitchen, the bathroom, the windows, and we're going to do interior paint. Okay. So let's see what that would look like on a cost per project cost. So we look at the kitchen. We said the kitchen is 400 square feet, and we're going to say we can do that kitchen for $40 a square foot, $16,000 for the kitchen. Let's say we can do the bath, 200 square feet. That whole bath can be redone for $8,000. Okay. And we got windows. We got 10 windows. We can say we can do all 10 windows, $300 a piece. That's $3,000 for the windows. The interior paint, we say that's 1,000 square feet. We're going to say 2,500. And then we got total rehab costs for the kitchen, the bath, the windows, and the interior paint of $29,500. Any questions? Y'all got this down already. I can't wait to see what the homework gonna look like. Y'all got no questions. Okay, keep moving. Keep moving. Now, let's look at the third model. This is the third model now. This is the detailed cost repair model for every individual item in the house. This is a detailed model. So you're going to determine the labor and the material cost for each piece of the project. So let's assume that what is the average cost of labor for tile and flooring? Well, I know that today to be about $2.50. $2.50 for the tile, $2.50 for the average cost per square foot. All right, that's $2.50 per square foot. I also know that the average cost for material for laminate wood is right around $3, right? Assume a 1,000 square foot home. Now we're just going to do labor and materials. We got the tile. We know what the average labor is. We know what the material cost is. We got 1,000 square feet home. So we're going to say the labor times 1,000 is $2.50. That's 2,500. The materials, 1,000 times $3 is $3,000. So the total cost just to do the flooring in this particular project is $5,500. Any questions? Ooh, I can't wait to see what the whole
I've got a quick question. Which model did you use for the rehab of Rolling Green?
Of Rolling Green?
Mm-hmm.
I use the full cost, $25 a square foot. So if you took it, Rolling Green was 3,500 square feet. 3,500 times $25 a square foot was 87.5, and so my rehab over there was 80,000. So that's what I did, was just an average. So it actually came out to 80,000. But if you take the 3,500 times the $25, you should get 87.5.
Well, does the type of property or maybe your objective, whether you're going to buy and hold or flip it, does that have any bearing on your decision?
Yes, it does.
What model?
Absolutely. So remember I said right here, if you're gonna do a high-end flip, you want to use that $25 model, right? You want to use the $25 higher cost. You don't want to use an average for the buy and hold or the handyman. So if you're going to do a full rehab and you're going to flip the property, I would say you might start with the average cost, but then as you get into the project, you might want to go ahead and do a more detailed cost. What the window's going to cost, what the floor is going to cost, etc. But I always start at the high level, and then I work my way down to the details.
Do you ever build in, let's say, a little cushion in the event
Absolutely.
that something?
I always do 10 to 15% cushion. So if it was a $80,000 deal, I would take the 80,000 and I would say 80,000. Let's just say 10% times 0.1. So that's 8,000. So I would say 88,000 because stuff does come up. So you have a 10% cushion in there for yourself. Always makes sense. It's a good catch.
I got a question.
Yeah.
So with your upcoming project, which category does it fall in? From what you're showing right here.
That is good. So I'm actually going to take you guys. I'm getting ready to buy a property, and this is what we're going to be doing our homework on. The property, I'll show you here in a minute, 2205 North Jordan. I've already negotiated the price. $30,000 is what I'll be paying for the property. I'm estimating $40,000 in repair. So I'm going to be taking y'all through the details of this full rehab. I'm going to show you what my scope of work is. I'm going to show you all the bids that I get in. And every week, I'm going to give you an update on this, because this is what we got to learn now. This is the piece of the puzzle, getting the cost of the contractors down so you can get these properties rehab. Whether you're flipping it, whether you're holding it, doesn't matter. We have to determine how we're going to, what's the cost and what's the best use of our money for that property. So I'm going to take you through that. Let's go back to any other questions before we get to that, because I want to show you the property and I want to show you what we're going to be doing over the next several weeks. Any questions? All right, so here's the homework. You ready? I'm gonna have to put the video out there because you're gonna have to go back and watch the video. So if you don't capture everything here, don't worry about it. We're gonna post this video for you to be able to go and do the homework. Okay. So here's the homework. You got 3 questions on this property. All right. So this is the property, 2205 North Jordan. It's a 3-bed. I think it's a 1-bath. I got 2-bath. I'll change that. 3-bed, 1-bath, 1,245 square feet. Okay. We're going to assume the kitchen is 300 square feet. The bathroom is 200 square feet, and it's got 10 windows. The first question that you're going to answer is, you're going to do a full rehab using the average cost of $25 a square foot. Okay. So that's your first question you got to answer, is how much is it to do a full rehab at $25 a square foot for 1,245 square feet property. Okay. So we're going to get that number. That's one number you come up with. The second number is, I want you to do the ARV. Now, what's the ARV for this property over there? Since we're going to rehab it, we need to know what properties are selling for over there. So what's the ARV? And then the third one, using the average cost per project, I want you to figure the following. We're going to upgrade the bath and the kitchen at $25 a square foot. We're going to replace the windows at $300 a window. We're going to put in new central heat and air for $5,000. We're going to paint the interior for $2,500. We're going to paint the exterior for $2,500. And we're going to do the laminate floors at $5 a square foot. That's all in. That's going to be labor and material. All right. You're going to that's the wrong date. That's not the right date. Let me fix that. Hold
Can
on.
you please go back to the previous slide?
Okay, let me fix my slide first. Let's see. This is going to be due on, what's the day? The 24th. Oh, we got the holidays coming up too, don't we? So I'm gonna make this one due by Saturday, the 29th. 5/29, not 59, 29. All right. What do you want me to go back to?
The first slide of the homework.
First slide of the homework. All right, here we go. Actually, it's a 1 bath. I'll fix that. In fact, let me just fix that now. One bath. All right, any questions?
Would you show the next page again that shows the detail? You said
This is the average cost per project. We're not going to do the detailed itemized list. I'm not going to have you do that one because I didn't really take you through that. This is the cost per project model. Okay, so you got the average cost model, you got the average cost per project model, and then you got the detail model. I'm not going to let you do the detail yet because I got to take you through that one. Y'all not ready for that one yet, but that's what we're going to do on. I'm going to take you through that on this property, 2205 North Jordan, that I'm getting ready to purchase. And I'm also doing something different on this one. I'm bringing in some investors on this one. I got 2 investors that's coming to the table with me on this one. Lila and Don Johnson are going to be investing in this property. So they've decided that they're ready to get in the game, baby. And so I'm giving them an opportunity to come in and invest in the property. Now, I told them they got to come in with a minimum of 10,000. If you can't come in with 10,000, baby, we can't do it. So you got to get your bank up. That's one of the things I'm working on the platinum, to get you wholesale and get your money up so you can start investing with me on these properties. So Don and Lila, and then I finally got Lila to understand that clothes and she gonna get mad at me on this. But when you
don't go there, don't you do it.
These are not investments that she tells me all the time. I'm invested in myself. I'm saying, but you ain't getting no return on it. So she's finally figured out that she's gonna go ahead and start making an investment. So she asked me once she asked this question, I know she had it. She said, "What is my return on investment?" Oh, I knew I had her right there. I knew she was ready to go there. What is my return? Your return that I'm paying them on their investment, because I'll be using their money. I'm going to pay them 10% to use their money for 3 months to rehab this property. So if they gave me 10,000, that means I'm going to return their 10,000 plus 1,000, right? You give me 30,000, I'm going to return your 30,000 plus 3,000. Who going to do that for you, baby? That's 10% on your money. All right. So I got 2 lined up. We're going to try this. And then I'm going to open it up next time for other people to be participating in some of these, in some of my projects that I got. So I'm going to start giving you guys and girls opportunities to start making a little bit of money, right? And we're going to be doing that on the Platinum Series. We're trying to wholesale to get that money. And then we're going to take that money, flip it, and make more money. Any questions? So it's going to be fun. We're going to take you all the way through it. We're going to show you how the money is made, baby. How the money is made. Email it to me by 5/29, baby. So you're gonna have to go back and look at the video again. I'll get it posted tomorrow. You just go back and look at it. All right. So also next week is going to be the last class. Since the holiday falls on Monday, we're going to have the last class in the premiere session on next Tuesday. And we're going to be finishing up the mindset. And the last leg, remember we talked about purpose. Last time we talked about competence. And the last leg of that is going to be accountability, baby. And so we're going to finish up the premiere on next Tuesday after the holidays. Okay. And so the last class in Premier is going to be next week on June the 1st. Okay. And then I'm taking a couple of weeks off, baby. I need a break. I'm going to take a couple of weeks off, and then we're going to start back on the new session on June the 21st. Okay. And that new session, and then I'm going to be taking you guys through the full rehab on 2205 Jordan. We're going to do the detail rehab. You're going to see everything. I'm going to show you the contracts, all my bids. We're going to go through that, and you're going to know exactly what I'm doing on that whole project. So I'm purchasing it for $30,000 cash. I'm estimating using my high estimate. Remember, just my high estimate cost per square foot is about $40,000. I ain't gonna tell you what I have as the ARV. I'm gonna let you figure out what the ARV. Remember now, I'm taking it up to the top. There's only a couple of houses in that area. I'm gonna go ahead and tell you right now. There's only a couple of houses in that area that have been totally rehabbed. So I want you to use those. Don't use those. This is Northeast Oklahoma City. It's mostly African American, minorities live in that area. So the prices haven't gone way up over there, but there are a couple of houses that have been taken